Hey, what's up people? Today we're going to be talking about training splits. In particular, my personal training split that I'm doing right now, as well as a couple other training splits that you guys can do depending on your circumstances. Now I just want to start by saying there is no particular training split that is better than all of the other training splits. It all depends on your personal training style preferences and like how much time you have available to train throughout the week. I would actually recommend changing up your training splits every few months or so, or just when you get bored of your current training routine or if you hit a plateau, because sometimes all it takes is just to change up the way that you train, change your training splits, and that will actually help you boost new progress and just provide a new stimulus for your body and for your muscles to continue to see progress. So the first training split I'm going to talk about is my own personal one that I'm doing right now, and that is a push-pull legs, and then push-pull, and the last day I will do as a kind of a free day, which is where I will either train whole body like conditioning, and I basically will just train whatever I feel like doing on that day. I love my free days because it just kind of brings a bit of the fun back into training, so you're not being so strict. You can just kind of do whatever it is that you want to train on that day, or which is what I'm doing right now, you can focus on particular weak points for your training. So I'm trying to grow my arms right now because doing a push and a pull workout, I actually don't give as much attention to my biceps and my triceps as I do to the other muscle groups I have, just because they always come last in the workout. So at the moment, my free day, I actually focus on working my arms directly just to make sure they get enough love throughout the week, okay? So you can do, if you decide to follow my training split, you can do whatever you want on your free day and just focus on your weak points in particular. So bits that you want to just give a bit more attention to and bring up, you can do that on your free day. The next training split I want to talk about is an upper body and lower body split. So this is quite a popular split for people to do, especially if you are short on time. When I say short on time, I mean you don't have that many days per week that you can train. So my training split, of course, it requires like 5 or 6 days training per week. Whereas if you only have like 3 or 4 days to train per week, you can do an upper body, a lower body split. Where you do upper body, rest 1 or 2 days, then lower body, upper body, lower body, like that. So the benefits of this is, of course, you can get every muscle group worked twice per week with less time, so less days in the gym. But one of the downsides is that you actually don't get to focus on each individual muscle as much as you would for a push-pull legs split, because if you're working like chest, shoulders, arms, and back all in one workout, of course you're not going to have time to give as much attention to each individual muscle as if you were to like split it up. So that's one of the downsides to doing like more muscle groups in one training session, but it can be very convenient if you have less time. The next split I want to talk about is a whole body split. Now this is actually a very popular split for people to do. It's actually increasing in popularity recently as well. And it just involves doing like the name sounds, every muscle group in every session that you do. So for example, what you would do is Monday you do a whole body workout, Tuesday you take a break, Wednesday you do a whole body workout, maybe you take a break Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday you do another whole body workout. So another great benefit of this is that going by that split that I just gave you, you would actually end up working every muscle group in your body 3 times per week, which is great because you don't end up, spending more than 2 days without hitting like all of your muscles, okay? So it's great for giving constant stimulus to your muscles to help them constantly be progressing and growing. But a similar downside to the upper lower body split means that if you're doing all of your muscles in one session, you're only going to be doing like 1 or maybe 2 exercises per muscle group per workout, meaning you don't get that level of intensity for each muscle group that you would if you were to do like less muscle groups and focus more on like 2 or 3 muscles instead of the whole body. So that is a downside. You're getting less intensity, but you are increasing your overall weekly volume for those muscle groups. So a whole body split would be good for, again, people who are short on time, or also just people who are not so focused on like bodybuilding as such, but people who just want to generally get in better shape all around. then a whole body split might be for you, as long as you do it correctly and you're not just hopping from machine to machine. You need to actually like choose 1 or 2 compound exercises for each muscle group and just really hit them hard. And that can be a very effective way to develop your whole body evenly and effectively. Now, one training split I would not necessarily recommend is one where you train like one muscle group per day. So something where you would do like chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, shoulders on Wednesday, biceps on Thursday, triceps on Friday, and then legs on like the weekend. I wouldn't recommend doing that, simply because you're only training each muscle group once per week. So if you train chest on a Monday, then suddenly you've got to wait all the way until next Monday before your chest gets any love again. And that's just leaving it way too long in between training each muscle group, okay? So you're not gonna get that much, like it only takes about a couple days for your muscles to recover, and then the rest of the time they're just sitting around doing nothing, right? So I wouldn't recommend doing one muscle group per workout. Also, something like biceps and triceps, you don't need like a whole workout just to do biceps. You don't need to spend an hour like just hitting biceps, because they're quite a small muscle group. You can fit them in with like your back workout or your chest workout. Okay, so you can pair them with bigger muscle groups because they don't need as much hammering as like the larger muscle groups. So I wouldn't recommend doing that training split in particular. Of course, if you're a noob in the gym, if you're new to the gym, then you can do that if you want, and you will still see some results. But for anyone who's a bit more experienced in the gym, I definitely wouldn't recommend that training split in particular. So that's it for this video, and I just want to say one more time that there is no one particular training split that is better than the rest, okay? You can, I would definitely just recommend changing your training splits up every now and again, especially when you feel bored, you know. Keep the excitement in the training. If you feel bored of doing the same thing over and over again and you're not seeing those results, then make sure you change your training split, like start falling in love with exercising again, do something new and exciting, and that new excitement will give you new energy in your workouts and will most likely prompt new growth and new progress in your body, okay? So try it out, and if you enjoyed the video, leave me a like. I always appreciate that. And if you haven't done so already, sub down below, hit the subscribe button for more new videos delivered straight to your feed. And one last thing before you go, this video was actually voted for by you guys through my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go over there, check it out. And on my stories, I always post the polls. I'm gonna post like a poll every week to ask you guys which video I should post for the next upcoming week. So go check it out and vote for the next video that you want to see for the coming week. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Laters.